Hi, and welcome to 24 Wheelers. Today, my son and I are exploring Merus Adventure Park just outside of Amarillo, located within the Palo Duro Canyon. Even though we've been to Palo Duro State Park several times over the years, this is our first time to Merus. Now, we're mostly doing a scouting trip this time, as we are actually on our way to Denver, but Amarillo is just about the halfway point for us, so we figured we'd stop here in Merus, camp out for a night, and get a general lay of the land. So come along with us for the ride. This is a really cool spot. Here's our campsite. Pretty simple, pretty minimal last night. We didn't get a lot of stuff out because we're just here for one night. But as you can see, we're in the Gazelle. This is the T3X. This is only my second time to use this tent, and let me tell you, it is phenomenal. What they say about the setup time is absolutely correct. Sort of. It takes about 90 seconds to pop up, sure. But no fault of the Gazelles whatsoever. This is just a tent thing. It definitely takes longer to put those guy lines in and the stakes in the ground than it does anything else. So if you count that, you know, you're 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. Fortunately, my son's with me this trip, so I had him hammer in all the stakes. The benefits of being the old guy. Awesome tent. I'll do a full review of this at some point, I'm sure, but really love this guy. I got the Devos light out. Had that lighten up camp last night while we were sitting around, hanging out, chilling. And then here's the Jeep packed to the gills. Let me tell you, this place is beautiful. Last night the moon was super bright, but we could still see quite a few stars. Today we're going to be headed out pretty soon because we need to be in Denver by about dinner time tonight. But before we leave though, I wanted to show you around camp a little bit. Man, just check out this. This is actually a trail. This is right behind our camp. This is I don't know if it's a blue trail or a black trail. I either didn't check that or I just don't remember. But it looks like it's probably a old riverbed or creek bed or something. But man, it's just beautiful here. Turn around this other way. It's gorgeous. All right, we are leaving Merus Adventure Park. Funny story. So apparently I shredded my front drive shaft. We were leaving out of camp and noticed a little ticking sound and really couldn't figure out what it might be. Knew it wasn't engine, thought it might be transmission, thought it might be something in the drivetrain. The drivetrain. And got back to the kind of the gate area, the front office area, if you will, of Merus. Merus is actually closed. It's Monday morning, but there were actually three very kind fellows there. One gentleman was a guest, and he and I looked at it briefly. He kind of checked a couple things out and didn't really see exactly what was going on. And then I talked to two of the gentlemen. Shout out to Neil and Paul at Merus Adventure Park. talked to those guys, and they took a quick look at it, and about 4 seconds figured out that it was the front drive shaft that was basically dead, basically shredded. So anyway, these guys were kind enough, because Dumsky right here doesn't travel with tools. Apparently that was a poor choice. So they had some tools and some know-how, and got under my Jeep, and took about 10 minutes to drop the front drive shaft, and that is now stored securely in the roam box up top. All that to say, shredding front drive shafts aside, Merus Adventure Park, what a great place. Absolutely beautiful, really cool trails. We only went on a couple different trails. We kept it pretty light and simple today, again, just because we were making this kind of a scouting trip, as I said earlier, to just see the park and check it out for a later trip that we'll come out here and spend an entire weekend and do some heavier trailing. But in the meantime, we're on the road, and we just left the park, and we're headed to Denver to finish off our trip. So the first stage of our trip this weekend at Merus Adventure Park is complete, and again, other than breaking stuff, super successful, lots of fun. Highly recommend coming out here if you haven't made the trip. I know that we will 100% be back. So that's all I've got for you today. Hey, remember, whether on the trail or on the road, I'll see you out there.